Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at another new figure. This is the Voyager class Optimus Prime from the War for Cybertron trilogy, and it's the Netflix version of this figure. So what we'll do with this video, we'll have a quick look at the packaging that he's in, we'll take him out of the box while we're on camera, have a look at everything that comes inside the packaging. We'll have a look at him in his robot mode with a few comparisons to his Generation 1 and other Siege versions. And then of course we'll transform him, check out his alternate modes, and just, I suppose, see how good he actually is. So these are the Netflix versions of the Siege figures, and for that reason they come in special packaging, and it's the same colouring obviously as the Netflix brand. So you've got your red, your white and your black, and what they tend to be, like this one is, it's just a bit of a redeco of the actual Optimus Prime, which was already released under the Siege line. But we'll have a look at him in more detail in a second. Let's just have a look at the packaging. Excuse the glare. We've got nice Optimus Prime artwork there, and then on the back we've got the fact, just basically showing you what's inside. So we've got Optimus Prime, the fact it's going to take 31 steps to transform him into his trailer, and then we've got Enerax and Cybertron as well, which again are obviously just redecos of some of the other Battle Masters that have been released previously. And there we have, of course, the famous battle scene that they're using for the Siege series. Right, let's get him carefully out of the package then. So obviously with these Netflix ones, as I've already just stated, they are pretty much just redecos of existing figures, but in limited edition packaging. They seem to be giving you a little bonus things as well. Obviously with the deluxe figures you get the cardboard pieces of Teletron. With the Voyager class figures you get 2 Battle Masters, and then of course with the Leader class figures last time there was some Energon cubes, and it was in, like, some special packaging as well. So although they do cost you that little bit more, there's a little bit extra with them each time, and of course they're going to be limited edition and store exclusive, so they're worth it totally for that. So there's the instructions, which we'll have a look at in a second. Here he is inside his I suppose it's like a clamshell, isn't it, inside his inner packaging. And if you just bear with me a few seconds, we'll come back and I'll take him out of that right now. Okay, so there he is. So I've took him outside of his packaging, and just quickly, if I wanted to be overly picky or a bit pedantic, the fact that he's just encased inside this, he's not got any tie wraps or any plastic things holding him down. Whether it's to reduce packaging or plastic, I'm not too sure. Literally, it was so difficult to pull him out. I mean, luckily enough they popped back in, but his head came off and his leg came off. So if I want to be overly picky, it's quite a game to get them out. I mean, obviously it means that they're nice and secure inside the packaging, and it is a good job that they do pop on and off, but obviously this is going to loosen the joints. So if I wanted to be a bit picky with that, that's something that it happened to me basically when I just took them out. But the figure itself, do you know what, this is probably one of the best looking Optimus Primes I think I've ever seen, and that includes the masterpiece. I know he's obviously got the smaller smokestacks, whereas I suppose the Takara one may have larger ones, I'm not too sure, but that's what we do. We always shorten the smokestacks, but the figure looks phenomenal. Obviously shoulder joint movement, elbow, hands turn, yep they do, knees, hips, thighs, waist, absolutely everything. He looks stunning, and he actually looks quite different, so I'm probably totally wrong here. I don't think he's a redeco at all of the Siege Optimus Prime. Not of this one anyhow, because the other Siege Voyager class one that I've got is of course this one. And yes, he looks totally different from the side, from the back. He does look different, but I do actually prefer this one very much so. He looks really, really good. Yeah, he looks really sharp. He looks very, very good indeed. Let's have a quick look at him next to a Generation 1 figure, and that's the original Generation 1 Optimus Prime. So he's not too far off that. But obviously more importantly, he's cartoon accurate, and that's obviously what we're looking for here with the fact that it's based on a Netflix cartoon. But there he is. Yeah, I do really like him. This obviously came with him, his gun. This folds into 2, so I imagine you can combine the Battle Masters with him as well. But I'll just put that there, and I've just quickly got a T-Rex done, I think it is, there, just to show you that it is obviously just a redeco of this. So I'm imagining, as I say, I can turn that into a big axe in a second as well. I actually don't have another one of these. I know that they've released a few of these already, and of course these can convert to ramps to attach them all to some of the sets. But I don't have another one of them, but they are just clearly redecos and they're painted all yellow. But there we go, the figure, again, very, very impressed with him. Do really like him. Let's have a quick look at him then. I'm going to transform him into car mode. I'm going to do this, sorry, truck mode obviously. I'm going to do it off camera, not to spoil it for you guys, and of course to keep the length of the video down. Coming back at you now. Okay then, so we're back and he's now in his truck mode, his alternate mode, and I've got to confess, I really like it. I'm really surprised, really impressed with just how neat it all is. I mean, there's 31 steps, which I thought that's quite a lot, you know, just to change, you know, an Optimus Prime into obviously his alternate mode. And yeah, it's so good. Everything sort of tucks and hides all underneath really, really well. It does look really, really good. It wasn't too hard. Again, I didn't do it on camera because I didn't want to spoil it for you guys for when you get it yourself. Yeah, again, just really like it. Quite impressed, to be fair, as you can tell probably by my voice. And there is an original one right next to it. So if I just move the box out of the way a second, they are so alike. I mean, the only difference is obviously you can tell the back there where it might be his shins. But, and of course the smokestacks, as I've said, that's a new thing obviously coming for safety. For those of you who don't really know, we have to always sort of shorten the smokestacks now. But yeah, look, it looks really good. Obviously the wheels aren't rubber like the original Generation 1 one is. But there you go, he does look really, really good. I suppose if you wanted to, you can take this gun and you can pop it on the side there because there's space to, or attach any of the other bits to it. Doesn't exactly look that good, I know, but sometimes, you know, if you take them out of the box, you don't lose particular parts from it. So by doing this, you can have everything on display at once. But there he is. Again, brilliant alternate mode. Looks very, very good. Very impressed with him. I'm going to transform him back into robot mode now and then attach or give him these accessories to hold to basically give him like a powered up mode. So I'll be coming back to you again for the final part, an overview in a few seconds. Okay then, so just before I put him back into his robot and powered up mode, for those of you who don't know, or if you are unsure, that literally whenever I take these out of the box and transform them for the first time, it is literally for the first time. So you can tell sometimes by the surprise in my voice, etc. But other times it's a bit of a downfall because it means that I miss stuff out, and I'm always honest enough to admit that. And what I've just worked out and just seen, that as I said with the gun, instead of putting it at the side as a weapon, what you can actually do is you can literally do this. 2 seconds, I've just pulled it away, so you can fold it in half and then there's a hole at the back and you can actually attach it there. So as I say, so pros and cons for doing these live and for the absolute first time of taking them out of the box. One, you get obviously the authenticity and the actual surprise, etc. in my voice, but the other thing is sometimes I miss stuff out, and there you go. So you can actually attach the gun to the back of him like so. So there we go. Now I am going to come back to you with him in his alternate mode with his powered up add-ons. Okay then, so we're back, and just for a summary and for the final time, there you go. You can see I've put his battle masters with him and just reminded myself of the names, Enorax and Shieldron. And yeah, again, very, very impressed with this figure. I do really, really like it. Just love the way that it all sort of pieces together as well. So obviously he can hold the shield that way. He's got his battle master there as well. And of course you can still put, if you wanted to, the blaster in his hands. He's going to try and do this. Oh, see that? His palm's even open as well. I'll do it later on. But yeah, you can attach them all there. I think he looks fantastic. I'm sure you could tell that again by the enthusiasm in my voice as I was opening them all up. And of course, you know, the Generation 1, he does look very similar to it, but he's got that added massive bonus that the new technology's brought us, the fact that, you know, we don't have to take the fists off. They do, of course, just snugly fit into his forearms there. Yeah, he looks really good, and he even looks better than this guy here, although this guy's, you know, got a bit of battle damage, bit of war-tornness to him, like a lot of the Siege figures have. But otherwise, there you go. He is the Netflix new limited edition, I believe, Voyager Optimus Prime. As I say, he's available in the UK in Smith stores, and I don't know if it's Target or Walmart. My apologies for American viewers, but he is a store exclusive, so of course that means he will fly off the shelves and the value will go up. But my overall opinion, definitely, and I know we have so many Optimus Primes, myself included, and most people get sick of the fact that there's yet another Optimus Prime, but this one is definitely worth it in my opinion. So there you go. I'd say go and grab him while you can, before the prices get ridiculous and before he's just totally unavailable to get. So I hope you enjoyed looking at him. I hope it helped you with your decision on whether you wanted to get one yourself or not, and keep your ideas and suggestions for the channel coming forward and on into the new year. So once again guys, thanks for your support, and of course take care.